Today's video is sponsored by Megalopolis, City of Collectibles. Megalopolis is your online source for toys and collectibles, and they even have their very own app available for Android and iOS, which makes shopping for your favorite collectibles even easier. You can browse through all of the hottest new pre-orders, new items arriving, and you can even do a search to find exactly what you're looking for, such as the awesome Force FX Elite Kylo Ren Lightsaber like we're looking at in today's video. Not only does the app make ordering your toys even easier, but it's sort of like your online Comic-Con, giving you news and information, and you can even watch videos right there through the app, like, hey, Pixel Dan videos. That's pretty awesome, right? There's a great selection you can browse right there in the app. Or, Shartimus Prime videos, I guess? Nah, let's watch those Pixel Dan videos. Megalopolis, City of Collectibles. It's your Comic-Con online, filled with toys and collectibles right there at your fingertips. Hey guys, I am Pixel Dan, and today we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Black Series Force FX Elite Supreme Leader Kylo Ren Force FX Elite Lightsaber from Hasbro. That is quite the mouthful. So, these are the Force FX Elite lightsabers. These are essentially your replica lightsabers. These are pretty awesome. And if you've been collecting lightsabers, you know exactly what's going on here. And we're going to take a look at the brand new Kylo Ren version from the upcoming film where he is Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. I haven't actually had one of the replica lightsabers since way back in the Master Replicas days. I actually used to own the Mace Windu one. And then of course recently I picked up one of the Disneyland lightsabers. So I'm really anxious to get into this box here and really check out this Kylo Ren lightsaber with you guys. So it is really nice packaging. You can see very fancy. The back of it there will show you some of the cool features we've got going on with it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing pulled out of the box. We're going to get a closer look at it. So there we go. We've got our Kylo Ren lightsaber outside of the package. And of course, Kylo Ren's lightsaber, unique, has the cross guard there on with his lightsaber blades. There's some really cool stuff going on with this. And of course, this thing lights up. It's got sound effects, exactly as you would expect from one of these Force FX lightsabers. But before we get to all that, I want to show you some of the alternate display options. Because one of the things that's really cool about these sabers now is that you can remove the blades. That way you've just got the hilt itself for display. So check this out. By giving a little press and a twist, you can easily pop out the little kind of plexiglass blades there. It's very, very easy to do. So we can just remove the cross guards there. Again, press and twist. Pretty cool stuff. Now for the main blade, you do need to unscrew the top portion here right at the base of the blade. And you want to slide that off. And then the same thing, press, twist. Look at that. It just pops right out. It's very, very easily done. Now, this is where things actually get really cool because if you want to display this way, we've actually got some alternate pieces we can now attach. We can plug the holes where the blades were with these little pieces where you can see the little red kyber crystals on the inside. How cool is that? So you get 3 of those little pieces. 2 of them, of course, are sized to fit on the crossguard pieces, and then you've got the main one here that fits into the top. So it's very easy to twist those into place. And what we can do now is, I'm going to bring this up here because I want to show you, we've got this cool little tool that comes with it, which is this tiny little metal coin. And the reason we can use that is, say, for these little pieces that we're going to plug into the sides where the crossguard pieces plug in order to actually get it pressed in and twisted around, you can use this little coin to do that. So let me get this lined up here. There's little ridges on the inside of it. So then you can take the coin, just kind of press it there. That way you can press and twist, and that way it pops it into place, and that way it's ready for display with just the little kyber crystals kind of showing down in there. So that way it covers up the holes. Of course, you can rescrew this top piece back on, and that way it's great to display just like this if you want to do that. This, of course, is also good for cosplayers that might want to walk around with the hilt of the lightsaber there with just the handle, so you don't have to have the blades out at all times. And We got to talk about this because it does also come with this really nice metal display stand. And let me show you something pretty cool with this too. There's a little hole at the bottom of this display stand. That little metal coin that's like a little tool, we can actually attach that right there at the bottom. That way you won't lose that. I thought that was pretty nice there. Good forward thinking by Hasbro. So you got this nice little kind of rubber notch, this square notch at the bottom. That actually plugs in just to the bottom. It just kind of rests on the bottom of the saber, and then it just sits there. And look at that. Look at how well it holds this. So now you can display this up on your desk or anything like that if you just want to display the Kylo Ren handle to his lightsaber. This will also hold this with the blades, and I'll show you that again in just a little bit here. So before we actually plug the blades back on, let's talk a little bit more about the actual handle here. Let's look at the details on this thing, because this thing is gorgeous. First of all, it's very heavy. I mean, this thing has got die-cast metal, so it's got some serious weight to it. Feels really good, feels really, really sturdy, which is something that I really like. The details are awesome. It's got this dark gunmetal. You got some nice kind of brighter, more shinier metal seen in certain spots, but it's also got this nice almost rusted wash to it there, which looks very cool. You got the little red plastic wire coming out on the front there. I also love here on the cross guards, how it looks almost like the metal has been singed by the blades, by the erratic blades that come out of it. It's very cool looking. It's got like this blue, pink, yellow, like burnt metal look to it. I thought that was just a really, really nice touch. So this thing is gorgeous. Looks really, really cool. On the very bottom, you'll see we got this red cover with the little slot there. That slot is again for this little coin type thing. That way you can unscrew the base of the saber, and when you pop that out, that is where you find your battery slots. So that takes 3 AA batteries, which is very nice, of course, because it's more likely that you've got AA's in your house than like C batteries, which is what the old master replica sabers used to take. So you just pop 3 AA's on there, you put that back in, and you are ready to go. Before I show you the blades lit up and everything, check this out. You can actually try to ignite this while there's no blades attached, and there's a function there. By the way, it's just the middle little silver piece right here. You press that down, and that's how we would ignite the saber. But check this out. You hear that? When there's no blades plugged in, you just get that little spark noise, like it's trying to turn on, but it can't. I thought that was a really nice touch. So let's go ahead and just get our blades attached here. And let me show you how to do that real quick. Of course, we're going to remove that piece on the top again. You're going to find the slot there. It'll slide in, you press and you turn. It locks it in place. We can then take that ring, just kind of slide it back over the top. We're going to screw that in place there, just like so. And we take our 2 little cross guard blades there. Again, find the spot that it slides in there. Press, turn, locks it in place. Press, turn, locks it in place. And look at that. It's nice and sturdy. It's ready to go. We can swing it around. It doesn't feel wobbly or anything like that, which is something that I really, really appreciate. So you ready to see this thing? You're ready to see this thing fully light up. So again, we press this little switch downwards. Boom, lights up. Now, I don't know how well that comes across on camera. I'll make sure I get some shots of this in a more dimly lit room because I want you to see how bright and vibrant this is. The LEDs in this thing are really amazing because this thing is really glowing a very, very bright red. It's got a great sound effect. You can hear it as well. And of course it's motion activated, so when I move it around, you know it's making saber noises. When you clash the blade, you get this. You'll notice that the blade flashes, you get some clashing effects, so if you can do some lightsaber play there. I don't know how well or how hard you can actually hit these blades. I was always afraid to do it, even all the way back to my Master Replica ones, but banging it around a little bit, I mean, that's pretty nice. That's really, really cool. I also don't know if it's coming across too well on camera, but you know how Kylo's blade is very erratic, right? It looks like it's always sparking and kind of moving and wavy. Well, they've actually accomplished this with the LEDs, and it's not coming across too well, I don't think. Again, I'll try to get more shots in a dimly lit room, but it's got like this wavy look to it. It's very, very cool. So they did a great job of recreating that very erratic blade that Kylo has on his saber. Here's something else I want to show you. It's motion censored, as I told you. So when we wave it around, it knows you're waving it around. It makes appropriate noises. But that also has an effect on the way the blade ignites. So for example, the way we were just holding it, pointing straight up, the crossguard, the blade, all ignites at the same time. But if we're holding it more downwards, I mean, think about Kylo walking on screen, holding a saber down and igniting it. But for the sake of this, so you can see it, if I hold it straight up and down and I turn it on, how cool is that? Blade first, then the crossguards. Let me do that again for you. It's just so satisfying. I don't know what it is about that, but I love that. I think it's so cool. So it knows which way you're holding the saber. And it ignites differently depending on which way you're holding it. So I thought that was so super cool. But that's not even the last of the effects with this thing. There's a small little round black button right there, right where your index finger would go if you're holding the saber for battle. By pressing this button, you get another little effect. I don't know if that's coming across, but basically, it's supposed to be like you're deflecting laser blasts. So it's making the noise like the blasts are being deflected, but also it sparks white at different points along the blade. I thought that was so incredibly cool. Very, very creative. Now, if you hold that button down, check this out. Do you see that? The tip of the lightsaber starts glowing yellow and orange, and you get sort of like this sound as if you were stabbing through a wall, trying to melt through a door, something like that. That is a really cool effect. I am incredibly impressed with the LEDs in this thing. The fact that it does the different things like showing the white sparks along the blade as if you're deflecting laser blasts, the way it does that melting yellow look at the top, and even the way it just looks so erratic all the way through. It's really, really impressive. And it's just amazing how far these have come since the old days, like way back when I was getting those Master Replicas lightsabers. So very sturdy, very nice looking. Oh, and let me show you. Just so I can show you, if we bring in that stand there, look at that. It holds it just fine with the blade on there. So you can display this again on your desk with the blades attached if you want to do that. So absolutely beautiful collectible item. Now, here's the deal. They're not cheap. Price tag on this thing is $349.99. And I know that's very, very pricey for something like this. For example, I just did a video not too long ago about the Disneyland lightsaber, which was $200, and it had like this whole thing where you can build it. It's got like an experience with it, and a lot of people gawked at the price of that. So this is $150 more. There's a lot more to it. The electronics feel a little bit more advanced. But it's really nice. If you are a big fan of Kylo or his saber, you're a lightsaber collector, you like replicas, or you're a cosplayer, I really do think that you will enjoy this if you decide to spend your money on it. So there you guys go, a look at the Elite FX Black Series Supreme Leader Kylo Ren Lightsaber from the folks over at Hasbro. Again, very special thanks to Megalopolis Toys for sponsoring this video and allowing me to unbox this and take a good look at it. Let's go fight some Resistance members. Yeah.